Welcome back into CBS Sports HQ. The NBA trade deadline has officially passed, but there was, I should say, quite a bit of movement today. The Magic sending off a bunch of players. Aaron Gordon going to the Nuggets, Nikola Vucevic going to the Bulls, Evan Fournier to the Celtics. The Blazers, they acquired Norman Powell. 76ers get George Hill from Oklahoma City. And then late this afternoon, Victor Oladipo heading to the Heat, and Rajon Rondo heading to the Clippers. Let's bring in NBA champ, coach, birthday boy, all-in-one, Avery Johnson. He's been with us all afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us here. So, Coach, we're going to go through winners and losers, and we're going to start with some winners in the East. And you're feeling a little Magic City here.
Yeah, the winners in the East are definitely the Atlanta Hawks with the trade for Lou Williams, and Lou's adding a little magic back to Atlanta. We understand, his exploits in the outside of the bubble last year when he got suspended for visiting a place that starts with the word magic where he wasn't supposed to be. And I don't mean Magic Johnson, by the way, but Lou Williams is definitely going to add some depth to that backcourt scoring depth. He's a different player from Rondo. He's been sixth man of the year multiple times. He can play alongside Trae Young when Trae Young is getting a breather on the bench. Lou Williams could be the go-to guy offensively. He's the most accomplished scorer on that roster now. He's played on some really good playoff teams. This is a very inexperienced team in terms of Trae Young and Hunter. Now you add an experienced guy that can score in the clutch for you. So I'm really loving this trade for the Atlanta Hawks, and especially now they could very well position themselves and move up to maybe around that fourth seed in the Eastern Conference and have home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs.
What about over in the West? Give me a winner in the West.
Man, I like the Denver Nuggets and what they did in terms of their trade for Aaron Gordon. I thought with the way they're positioned with Murray and Porter Jr., Michael Porter Jr., those guys are not really lockdown defenders. Now, they're exceptional offensive players, but now you get a high flyer, yes, offensively, in Aaron Gordon, and the guy that has improved his three-point shot. But you get Aaron Gordon's defense. You get his rebounding. You get his size, especially when you're trying to match up with Kawhi Leonard, the Paul Georges, the LeBron James on the perimeter, the Luka Doncic from the Mavericks. So now you get somebody that can match up and try to slow some of those guys down. He's done a nice job in terms of downsizing when he has to guard some of the smaller defenders, even when he has to go up against a Devin Booker from the Phoenix Suns. So I really like this trade for the Denver Nuggets.
Let's go to your losers from the East, and this is really interesting because it's the team that was the biggest sellers. They sent the most people away.
Yeah, it's just a fire sale from the Orlando Magic. Trading away Vucevic, you can see it here. Aaron Gordon, Fournier to the Celtics, and it's because, yes, they got draft picks back, but some of the other players they got back, Wendell Carter, Otto Porter, those guys have significantly underperformed in their career. I don't think those players are really difference makers. I don't even know if they're even starters at this point in their career. So the Magic, they just not only have lost, they just have to start over and hit the reset button because they were going to be a perennial 8th, 9th, or 10th seed in the Eastern Conference.
So the Magic, your losers in the East. Let's talk about your losers in the West. And this is really interesting. Coach, you're going with the Lakers here. They could have made a pull for Lowry. Why are they losers in your opinion?
Yeah, and that's why I thought they should have pulled the trigger on this deal for Kyle Lowry, because I thought he's just what they need. They had the assets to secure Lowry, and I know it works both ways. They could have wanted Lowry, but maybe Toronto was asking for too much. But I thought they should have went all in outside of trading LeBron James and Anthony Davis and include them in anything to try to secure this trade for Kyle Lowry. Now, this put them in the buyout market. So they'll be looking at guys that are going to get bought out from their teams and try to do it organically that way. But the Lakers, in a sense, when you have LeBron James and Anthony Davis and they're healthy, they're never really losers. But I thought they should have made a play for Lowry at the trade deadline, and unfortunately, it just didn't happen.
The Lakers never losers when they're healthy. However, AD, we're still dealing with him. LeBron James out as of right now. The Lakers right now sitting 4th in the West. Are you concerned for the Lakers moving forward, especially with these two?
Well, I'm not concerned that they're going to miss the playoffs, but a month is a long time. And if you're averaging 4 or 5 games a week, you're looking at, 18, 20 games or so. But I'm really concerned in long term, is this going to be a pattern for LeBron moving forward, or what's this cycle of injuries for Anthony Davis, who seems to have something pretty much every season? So this is team, they're in the 4th position right now. I don't see them missing the playoffs. If nothing else, they'll play in the play-in game. And if LeBron James and Anthony Davis is healthy, they've secured 1 or 2 players on the buyout market. It doesn't matter where they finish. They could still advance at least to the Western Conference Finals and have an opportunity to defend their championship in the NBA Finals if they're healthy.
If they're healthy and if they stay healthy. Coach Avery Johnson, and again, happy birthday, my friend. I know you're going out to dinner tonight with your family. Have a great time. Enjoy yourself. Thank you so much for joining us here on HQ.
Thank you.
All right, so taking a look as of now for the odds, according to our partners at William Hill, to win the NBA championship. The Lakers to run it back. They're still the favorites. Well, they're tied, I should say. Plus 280 there with the Nets. James Harden has been on an absolute tear. Followed by the Clippers. They now have Rajon Rondo, then the Bucks and the Jazz.
Want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.